Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KAJ, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Don Fisher. Many unanswered questions surround the discovery of human remains that were found in a Missoula shed this fall. Missoula police say they have a person of interest they would like to talk to, but emphasize that the person is not a suspect. A search warrant obtained by MTN News shows that police were called to a home on the 2100 block of South 12th Street West in late September for a report of the discovery of possible human remains.
Loose teeth. There was what appeared to be a bone from a lower jaw, and others that were not as specifically described, but I would call them pieces of bone. There was also rocks in this box.
A professor from the University of Montana Anthropology Department confirmed that the remains are of 3 children, estimated to be 6 to 10 years old, 5 to 8 years old, and 2 to 4 years old at the time of their deaths. A box containing the remains was discovered by a cleaning crew that was contracted to clean the rental property after its tenants were evicted in late September. A search warrant was obtained, but a follow-up investigation revealed no evidence of a crime occurring on that property. The children's identities, the cause, and manner of their deaths is still under investigation, and police officers are working with the State Crime Lab along with other agencies.
We are working with the National Center for Missing and Endangered Children and other missing person databases to see if that's a possibility. And we don't know that this particular case is isolated to the city of Missoula. We don't know where the bones came from, or if maybe they were transported from one area to another and ended up here.
And at this point, only a few broad time frame is available to describe how old the bones are. The Anthropology Department members say that they are not ancient and likely modern, and there are no suspects currently as police continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding who these kids are and how they died. The National Park Service says it's dramatically cutting their free entrance days in 2018. The Park Service has used the days as a way to promote the parks, encourage outdoor recreation, and say thanks to the public for several years. This year there were 10 free fee days at the parks that could do charge entrance fees, like Glacier and Yellowstone. And there were 16 days in 2016 when entrance fees were waived. But that's all going to change this year when the Park Service announcing Monday only 4 days will be free next year. Martin Luther King Jr. Day in January, the Free Fee Day and National Park Week in April, National Public Lands Day in September, and Veterans Day in November. The National Park Service is already being criticized for a proposal which would dramatically hike entrance fees during the busy summer travel season to as much as $70 for a short-term pass. And switching to weather, a mostly sunny but chilly day out there again today with a mix of things, but that may all change soon. For more, let's toss it over to Chief Meteorologist Erin Yost for a look at her first forecast. Erin?
You know, we hit 32 for our high today, Don. We have not been that warm since December 5th in Kalispell. Of course, we did see a fair amount of sunshine later on today after this morning's little snow event. Get out there if you can closer to midnight. Geminid meteor shower set to peak overnight tonight. However, that fog and low clouds will likely redevelop in a big way for our Thursday morning. With that said, we're going to see one more day of our ridge of high pressure in control of our weather pattern with stagnant conditions. Beginning Friday late morning, early afternoon, our pattern change finally arrives. I've got details on that coming up.
All right, thanks, Erin. While Glacier National Park is considered one of the breadwinners of the Flathead Valley, bringing in millions of dollars every year, one unlikely spot is also spurring the local economy. MTN's Jack Ginsburg caught up with the Whitefish Legacy Partners to see how much economic impact is being created from recreation in whitefish.
Partners to create the Whitefish Trail, a 42-mile recreation area that runs in and around Whitefish. Last year, Whitefish Legacy Partners contracted Headwaters Economics, an independent nonpartisan research company, to do an in-depth study on the economic impact generated from the trail's use. According to the recent report, outdoor recreation was at the top of the list for reasons why people visit Whitefish and why locals stay here. The report took into account just under 1,800 interviews, and 65% of those people say they come to Whitefish with recreation as their main purpose. On top of that, 51% of locals say they recreate more outside because of the Whitefish Trail. The report also shows that those people aren't just utilizing the outdoors, but spending money as well.
We've been hearing from folks in the community, from local business owners for years that they're seeing that the trail is bringing in more visitors. It's keeping more visitors in Whitefish, spending money, and it's keeping them coming back.
The report shows that over 100,000 people used the trail in 2016, pouring millions into the local economy. And Jadkowski says that number could grow in the coming years.
We found that it's $6.1 million every year annually. And, as trail use grows, we expect that could grow in the future also.
On top of that, the report also shows that 50 jobs are directly supported by the amount of money gained from the trail, accounting for $1.3 million in wages each year.
So, that money is not only being spent here in Whitefish, it's also staying in the community through those jobs.
Jadkowski says it isn't just the Whitefish Trail, but projects like Foy's to Blacktail, Gateway to Glacier, or Rails to Trails that are all playing a part in building a rich local trail network.
That's something we're really excited about because it's creating a new sort of culture of trail use here in the valley, that it's not just Glacier, it's not just these farther away resources. They're really accessible resources that are in our backyard.
In Whitefish, Jack Ginsburg, MTN News.
Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks is seeking public comment on open water fishing contests for the 2018 season. Participants are required to follow state fishing regulations, including daily and possession limits. These conditions placed on contests are in place in hopes of minimizing fish mortality, regulating their harvest, and reducing user conflicts while requiring additional access site maintenance if needed. There are already a number of events set up in 2018 for Region 1, which includes the Flathead, Koocanusa, and both Middle and Lower Thompson Lakes. For a full schedule of the 2018 competition sites and proposed rule changes for the year, you can find a link on our website. The Flathead City County Health Department wants to remind residents that open burning season is now closed, despite potential precipitation in the forecast. Fall open burn season ended on November 30th, and burning is prohibited from December through February. However, recreational campfires are allowed during this time, unless otherwise instructed by your local fire district or the DNRC. There is also an alternative to burning offered by the Flathead County Landfill. Homeowners can bring up to 2 pickup truck loads of residential yard waste for the landfill for free. Campfires fall under these criteria: used for cooking, warming, or ceremonial purposes, no more than 4 feet in diameter or height, and all combustible material is cleared at least 1.5 times the diameter of the fire. Open burn season reopens on March 1st and will run through April 30th. University of Montana President Sheila Stearns releases the final draft recommendations to CHOP programs in an effort to save the school millions of dollars. The report says many programs will have to be reduced or discontinued for the University of Montana to operate within the budget between 2018 and 2020. This 12-page document has 40 recommendations made by the task force created to prioritize programs on campus. Now, there are many recommendations, but one that stood out was number 21. The report says that the dean should consider recommendations from the task force, which may include discontinuation of the programs listed. They recommend developing an academic home for these programs, their sustainability, and interdisciplinary allies. A total of 7 undergraduate programs fall under this recommendation. Another recommendation that stuck out was number 18. The report says to merge the School of Art and School of Media Arts with the College of Visual and Performing Arts. The task force recommends to review it, and the school can save money through a stronger connection of these 3 programs. And the final decisions to make these cuts are to be determined by December 15th, but to read a full document of the recommendations, you can visit our website, kaj18.com. When you get your new registration for your vehicle next year, there will be subtle changes to your license plate tabs. Currently, they are black and white, so the state could save some money. However, they are making the change to colored tabs in order to make it easier for law enforcement to recognize expired tags. These new colored tags will be in place on January 2nd of next year. And after the break, Aaron is back with the rest of your work week forecast. And later, state and federal agencies continue to discuss bears returning to the Bitterroot Range along the Montana-Idaho border. Stay with us.